would like to wrap up the evening with you. So if you would give your attention to your inner plane, and just take a few breaths softly in into your goddess body, allowing ease to come upon you. Just the gentleness of the divine feminine that lives in all of us and expresses in so many ways. Just let that, Triad said it beautifully today, let it be like a mantle that you carry. And feel the gratitude welling up inside of you for being able to be here, of course, but here at this time on our planet, and when it's so exciting and so much unfolding is happening that you are a part of. Take another breath. Dear Shining Ones, we step into your meeting in full form among you. And we have been here throughout the day, throughout the evening, but standing back, waiting. We want you to know that there is a place that has been reserved for your soul in the beautiful Akash of all Lemurians that are alive on the planet now. You have stepped into it, some with both feet, some with one toe at a time. And that's perfect, because that is how we see you all as perfect. Because you come from us. You come from the divine source of all. And that source is love. So we always see you as perfect. And even though in your humanity you do get sidetracked, you do get into a place of disbelief about your own sacredness and magnificence, we wait and we coach you to the other side of that so that you can see your own pure reflection as the face of the goddess. Whoever that is when you see yourself in the mirror, that is what you see. This divine incarnation in human form. We are so excited by that. We wish you to share that excitement each time you look at yourself in the mirror. Not with criticism, not with fear, but with love. Looking back at you. Just as in the exercise Mele'ha had you do this evening, when you look into the eyes of the goddess, practice looking into your own eyes. See what is in the depth there. We'll tell you this, get comfortable. Don't just stand in the bathroom for 4 or 5 seconds. Sit down. Get comfortable. Look deeply in there. And then write down what it is that you see. You may be surprised at what comes when your mind isn't so busy. When your mind is on your sacredness instead of on your shortfalls. Because really there are no shortfalls. There is only love and compassion and wisdom. Love, compassion, and wisdom. We tell you this triad of truth of our teachings to you. And you don't have to interpret them or study them or try to make them something in your life. But we will ask you this. Try to memorize that as part of your internal conversation. A little bit of schoolwork. Love, compassion, wisdom, all of which lives inside of you. All of which we gave you as the program of the new human. The human that you were before Lemuria was just a being. Just a being on two legs, living day-to-day life, hunting, gathering, problem-solving, mating, living, dying. Regular lifespans, regular life. And then came the star mothers. By agreement, it's our time in the galaxy to be with you. And we have carried on from the time you were with us in Lemuria. We have carried the seed of your Pleiadian Lemurian incarnation. We have watched it inside of you for lifetimes and lifetimes, making sure it was still there. Of course it's still there. And now here it is, that beautiful seed, like a spark, reawakening. And what is it telling you? What is it telling you in this community of women? We tell you the same message that you heard earlier, for it is really the only message. We could tell you details of how you did this and when you went here and what you did there, but we won't. We'll tell you again of your divinity. And what is keeping you from living that? Only your own disbelief. We know that sometimes people will tell you something and you go, I don't believe it. And you really don't. You just are incredulous, as you would say. But isn't that the way you are about your own divinity? I don't believe it. Otherwise, would you act differently, speak differently, live differently? You would, wouldn't you? So that begs the question, why are you not? What do you need to understand to believe in yourself as holy, as worthy, as beautiful? Imagine you're holding a perfect little infant in your arms, and you look at it, and you're just amazed at how perfect it is. And you feel only love, maybe a little responsibility. And you look at this little being that is so close to angelic, having just come here. And then what happens? That becomes you. And you don't believe those things anymore. For whatever reason, you've gone through what you've gone through to get you to where you are, and a lot of that was the cause of your disbelief, but that's okay. There's no time like now to change that. To say yes to a new way of seeing yourself, a new way of living yourself, another way of speaking about yourself, either to yourself or others. Like the one who said tonight, I'm not very good at singing. How many of you tell yourselves in the course of the day what you're not very good at? Are you ready to let go of that? Are you ready? We ask you, what do you gain from that? You gain the belief that you're small, that your life has no meaning. And we know the opposite is true. That you are grand, that you are magnificent, that your life is so important, that every breath you take has meaning, and that you are here on a mission. Do you believe that you're here on a mission? Each one of you, a sacred mission. And that mission is remembering, discovering, and living as that divine being. Now, that shouldn't be so hard. Maybe you're afraid to live as divine. What do you think? Maybe lifetimes of trying to live as divine didn't turn out so well for you. But that's not this life. It's time to get over it. There is none here who has so much life left that they could waste any of it. Even when you were in Lemuria and lived 100 or 200 or 300 years, why waste 1 minute of it? Why not celebrate every second, every moment, every sunrise, sunset, every breath? Take a breath. Celebrate that breath. Oh. Dear beloved, shining children, we are here only for you. Our being has no other purpose. Imagine a devoted groups of mothers who are here just for you. Just for your guidance, just for teaching, just for helping you to remember. And that guidance, that love, is never away from you, because there is a seed inside of you that is from us. And it is now time on this earth for that seed, that little spark, to become a flame, to grow, to turn into a blazing light that you walk forward in, proudly, beautifully, royally, like the goddess that you are, like the shaman that you are, like the priestess that you are. Or not. You can wait. One thing we will never do is try to pressure you or have you feel guilty about anything. That's very old energy, as we would have you say. But if you can honestly say to yourselves, what am I waiting for? And you have an answer that you can live with, that's fine by us. We have all the patience and time in the universe. But meanwhile, if and when you're ready, just say yes to us. Just say yes to that spark becoming a flame, becoming a blaze. Just say yes to your own intuition, to your own being a channel of the divine feminine, to your own walking the earth as a sacred one. we are the ones. We are the ones here to change the paradigm. Paradigm busters, yes? But it has to start first with you. It isn't something that you can do as a perception or as a theory. This has to be real live. We are with you. We know this is why you're here. And we only speak to you the way we do because of our great love. Limitless, unconditional, deep love that comes from the stars directly to your heart, to your cells. We are a part of your DNA. So we are never far from you, and we encourage you to let us be the voices in your head instead of the ones that are there now that are not so encouraging. Let us, invite us, ask us, say yes to us. We are your beloved mothers, and you, our beloved children, that shine so brightly. Take a breath. That is enough for tonight.